By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I constitute this assembly a congregation of the University of Cape Town.
May I ask that you remain standing while we sing the national anthem? You may sit down. The presiding officer for our ceremony this evening is our Vice Chancellor Interim, Professor Daya Reddy. Again, greetings, Molweni, Dumelang, Kuyand, Havari, Yajioni. I welcome you to this historic occasion when we commemorate newly qualified graduates from the Faculty of Humanities and Faculty of Law. We're especially excited to graduate 24 new doctoral candidates. Yeah. "15 of these are in humanities and 9 in law. We celebrate especially that they have contributed to the global body of knowledge with their research. We are now delighted to be inviting Dumisa Masoka and Mziwa Madoda Nodlaiya to perform for us today.
amor, amore, la donna immobile, qua piuma il vento, tutta l'accento, e di pensier,
The vibrant South African College of Music is a jewel in the crown of the University of Cape Town and at the forefront of music making in South Africa and internationally. The procession was led by Sky Dladla and Black Roots Marimbas, a new traditional indie band that comes from Gugulethu. The band is made up entirely of UCT students and alumni. The prelude music and the national anthem were accompanied on the organ by postgraduate student Dale DeVent. Dale has completed his undergraduate studies at UCT and is now pursuing a postgraduate diploma in organ performance. Dale is Director of Music at St. Mary's Cathedral and a member of the Cape Town Baroque Orchestra, where he plays harpsichord and organ continuo. This year, he made his debut with the UCT Symphony Orchestra, performing the St. Science Organ Symphony. Pianist Michaela Porter accompanied tenors Dumisa Masoka and Mziwamadoda Nodlaiya, who sang La Donna e Mobile, composed by Giuseppe Verdi. Pianist Michaela Porter is the winner of several local and national piano competitions and has performed as a soloist in the Arscape Concerto Festival and Hugo Lambrecht's Concerto Festival. She's currently completing her second year studying for a Bachelor of Music Performance degree under Professor Francois Dutour at UCT. Tenor Dumisa Masoka from Kailicha is a first-year postgraduate diploma student at Opera UCT. This year, he performed in 2 operas, La Traviata at the Arscape Theatre, and took a leading role in Opera UCT's production of The Tales of Hoffmann. He was also a finalist in the 2023 Shock Foundation Singing Competition. Tenor Mziwamadoda Nodlaiya is from Gugulethu and has just completed his studies at UCT, graduating with a postgraduate diploma in opera. In 2023, he performed one of the leading roles in Opera UCT's production of The Tales of Hoffmann at the Baxter and in Opera UCT's Said Oorsterfeer's production of Rossini's L'Inganno Felice at Arscape.
Mayine imvula mawavuleka amazulu kukrazuke lo mafu abhonxileyo avuzisa imvula yentsikelelo kuba nasi isifundiswa bencamile benxaniwe benxanelwa ikamva elikholisa umphefumlo ndithi babile beziduba besebenza imini nobusuku phantsi kwedyokwe yemfundo lo ngumhla womvuzo wemisebenzi yabo emihle bathi abantwana xa bedlala bathi chapha 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 imanzi lokho yam nam ndiyavuma ndithi qhum qhum makututume. Let the rain fall on the shoulders of those who bear the weight of rural dreams, who are trees planted here to bloom under the sun of knowledge, to produce a harvest that will transform destinies and communities. Kaloku, we see your people in you. We see how they see themselves in you, you whose names are first and only, who leave home with nothing but hope and a promise to return. We see your people in you. We see how they see themselves in you. But today you exchange the robe of that responsibility with pride. And a gown, and a cap, and a piece of paper that has guided you like a map. But now I want you to wield it as a chart to mark a path for the many feet that are eager to follow in your footsteps, dressed in nothing but their dreams and your story. To those of you who yield and wield their degrees and diplomas like a spade, to rebuild what has been broken, to break new ground in stubborn places, those of you whose very presence will demand inclusivity in your disciplines and force old tongues to pronounce your names correctly. To those of you who are fattened by knowledge, who graze books day and night, who chew the cud to teach young stomachs how to digest. Those of you who have felt the bite of circumstance, whose every effort was shredded by the teeth of their mental health. You scarred survivors. Ndithi makututume. Ndiyasinga ngani. Kwaye ndithi halala kuni nonke halala. Kodwa sisiqalo esi. Ze nihlakule. Nilime, nivune, niphakele isizwe sethu ukuze sitye sonke sihluthe. Qum, makututume.
An Imbongi is a composer and an orator of poems of praise. Imbongi offer critical commentary and narrative on the state of society through the Izimbongo. The poem of praise, an Umbongo, was offered in honor of our graduates this evening, their families, and teachers. The Imbongi Sipokazi Jonas is producer, playwright, performer, and UCT Master's graduate. A sincere thank you to you, Sipokazi Jonas, for the gift of poem of praise. Thank you.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I admit to the degrees specified and grant the diplomas and certificates specified to the candidates recorded as in absentia. I shall now grant the diplomas and certificates and admit to the degrees specified the candidates to be presented to me.
Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the PG Certificate in Intermediate Phase Teaching, Sive Mama. For the Postgraduate Diploma in Library and Information Studies, Kumo Kotsedi. For the Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Lungelwa Motiba. For For the Bachelor of Social Science Honors, Enea Molomo. For the Master of Arts, Mkhedo Mtsi. For the Highest Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Sisanda Kuzani. For the Master of Fine Art with Distinction, Jean-Claude Nsabimana. For the Advanced Diploma in Adult and Community Education and Training, Muhammad Desai. For the Advanced Certificate in Foundation Phase Teaching, Zoleka Mdwara. For the Bachelor of Education Honors, Jolina Maoto. For the Bachelor of Social Work, Zukisa Makwabe. For the Master of Social Science, Somila Nojilana. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Refilwe Matafeng. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Teboho Moroba. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Lesedi Letsatsi. For the Bachelor of Arts Honors, Sitreko Pakade. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Zubair Charles. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Kauthar Samudin. For the Master of Social Science, Betty Chinhara. For the Master of Education, Leticia Andreas. For the Postgraduate Diploma in African Studies, Nonsikelelo Jacobs. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Mona Lerote. For the Bachelor of Education Honors, Ntombifuti Niezi. For the Bachelor of Arts, Zahra Hendricks. For the Master of Social Science, Viwe Dikeni. For For the Higher Certificate in Adult and Community Training, Anthea Kluia. For the Master of Social Science, Lindiwe Malumbazo. For the Bachelor of Social Work, Nati Nsangane. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Senior Phase and FET Teaching, Mamokobe Shongwane. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Ayanda Masondo. For the Bachelor of Arts Honors, Londiwe Nobanda. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Jody Barbier. For the Master of Library and Information Studies, Alfred Nkotole. For the Master of Arts, Tapelo Tlongwane. For the Master of Music with Distinction, Matthew Pratt. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Tristan Oker. For the Bachelor of Arts Honors, Nkalipo Mtembu. For the Postgraduate Diploma in Library and Information Studies, Luando Guillama. For the Master of Music with Distinction, Dion Ibi. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Cleopatra Ntutu. For the Higher Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Babalwa Bangani. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Ukonaye Williams. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Donna Hare. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Jade Hawk. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Sakile July. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Senior Phase and FET Teaching with Distinction, Tahara Little. For the Higher Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Cassidy Phillips. For the Higher Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Dylan Davids. For the Bachelor of Arts, Fezitemba Dube. For the Master of Social Science, Hape Ntili. For the Bachelor of Arts, Lungisa Nkumse. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Nicola Pilkington. For the Master of Arts, Reitumetse Nkomo. For the Master of Philosophy, Ishmael Mafale. For the Master of Library and Information Studies, Hamilton Sikwana. For the Master of Arts with distinction, John Henning. For the Master of Social Science with distinction, Natasha Glazer. For the Bachelor of Arts, Zara Witchman. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Shanice Mavudzi. For the Master of Education with distinction, Abigail LaRue. For the Master of Social Science, Zukiswa Zanazo. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with distinction, Hisu Diara. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with distinction, Bokang Metola. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology, Nwabisa Mlandu. For the Master of Arts, Soliha Solomons. For the Master of Social Science, Shanae Chandler. For the Master of Arts, Michaela Johnson. For the Master of Social Science, Khadija Abbas. For the Master of Social Science, Zahra Manji. For the Master of Education, Francis Stevens. For For the Bachelor of Social Science Honours, Aseza Matikane. For the Master of Arts, Fadia Rabin. For the Bachelor of Arts Honours, Osarumwense Asemota. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Wazana Moncho. For the Master of Social Science with Distinction, Thelma Nyari. For the Master of Social Science with Distinction in the Dissertation, Tyler Cloete. For the Master of Arts, Sedzani Mafela. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with Distinction, Arya Rabipal. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with Distinction, Liette Duplessis. For the Master of Music, Marie Rothwarten. For the Master of Arts, Matapelo Kombora. For the Master of Arts, Lungelo Sitole. For the Master of Library and Information Studies with Distinction in the Dissertation, Martin Hipangwa. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Annalie Jacobson. For the Master of Philosophy, Alia Mohedin. For the Master of Social Science, Maureen Masauta. For the Master of Library and Information Studies, Hanoria Kalimashe. For the Bachelor of Arts, Georgia Callis. For the Bachelor of Social Science with Distinction in Psychology, Kate Levet. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Koketso Morare. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Isabella Sin. For the Master of Social Science, Oliver Lehman. For the Master of Education with Distinction in the Dissertation, Sandisiwe Kanile. For the Master of Social Science, Gabriela Jacobs. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Karen Maeda. For the Bachelor of Arts Honors, Nonsikelelo Jacobs. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Brogan Burton. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Onke Robo. For the Master of Arts, Apiwe Mblangulana. For the Diploma in Theatre and Performance, Vuyokazi Vusani. For the Master of Education, John Chisembele. For the Master of Fine Art with Distinction, Oscar Kio. The Master of Fine Art with Distinction, Maya Lear Sachs. For the Master of Fine Art with Distinction, Emma Pretorius. For the Master of Fine Art with Distinction, Vanessa Cowling. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Avene Jongile. For the Master of Social Science with Distinction, Claire Pierce. For the Master of Social Science with Distinction, Leila Thiessen. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Nawal Adams. For the Master of Arts, Mateboho Kubeka. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Olona Ratsibe. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Valencia Bobani. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Mohammad Sali. For the Bachelor of Social Work, Maud Chinyama. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Mikhail Ferhour. For the Bachelor of Arts, Malusi Maseti. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Sizakele Gumede. For the Master of Arts with Distinction, Chinazam Okeke. For the Master of Music with distinction, Lauren Hendricks. For the Master of Music, Anati Morbo. For the Master of Music with distinction, Juliet Wooton. For the Master of Arts, Winnie Nkwana. For the Master of Social Science with distinction, Musadika Brown. For the Master of Education with distinction in the dissertation, Heidi Wust. For the Master of Philosophy with distinction, Finley Kettlewell. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Arabella Rogerson. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Ross Ballard. For the Master of Social Science, Linda Batembu. For the highest certificate in adult and community education and training, Amanda Matrongo. For the Master of Philosophy, Sepenati Kunyana. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Asisiwe Nyake. Azisiwe Nyaka. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with distinction, Rafaela Lewis. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with distinction, Alexa Sewell. For the Master of Social Science with distinction, Kate Huliston. For the Master of Philosophy, Musindosi Kalula. For the Master of Philosophy with distinction, Sumona Bose. For the Master of Social Science, Ushna Garash. For the Master of Social Science, Gabriela Eugenio. For the Master of Philosophy, Yonela Mlambo. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Lisbeth Young. For the Masters teaching French as a foreign language, Mazunzo Chimasula. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Honors, Karen Maeda. For the Master of Music with distinction in the dissertation, Ashley Leity. For the Master of Arts with distinction in the dissertation, Imra Adams. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Maselepe Masemola. For the Bachelor of Arts, Hoa Abrahams. For the Master of Social Science, Dorcas Maliro. For the Master of Education with distinction in the dissertation, Amber Clark. For the Master of Social Science, Lamise Butland. For the Master of Education with distinction, Sonia Stevenson. For the Master of Arts, Bernadette Langreveld. For the Master of Education with distinction, Sharon Daniels. For the Master of Philosophy, Lodwig Maruping. For the Master of Social Science, Tsidi Ramushu. For the Master of Education with distinction, Jonathan Pike. For the Master of Education with distinction, Pedro Chetty. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Kwakanya Max. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Rahul Mansingh. For the Bachelor of Arts, Mufunwa Vumbi. For the Masters of Social Science with distinction, Matthew Robbins. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Carmen Langston. For the Master of Philosophy, Pascal Fuchs. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Shari Daya. For the Bachelor of Arts, Zahra Solomons. For the Master of Music, Eshka Adams. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Lungile Lali. For the Bachelor of Arts, Tiamo Ramafi. For the Master of Social Science, Laverne April. the Master of Arts, Matthew Goosen. For the Master of Arts, Kumbirayishe Chitenderu. For the Master of Library and Information Studies, Halima Parker. For the Master of Arts, Stephen Langtree. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Robin Combrink. For the Master of Arts in Neuropsychology with distinction in the dissertation, Ashika Peterson. For the Master of Arts with distinction, Faiza Kalf. For the Bachelor of Arts, Hotso Madirue. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Lerato Monisi. For the Master of Social Science with distinction, Zinat Samuddin. The Postgraduate Diploma in Music Performance with distinction, Ongezwa Tluele. It's fine like this. Yeah. For the Master of Philosophy, Pushpaganti Sadai. For the Masters, the MA Teaching French as a Foreign Language with distinction in the dissertation, Lintle Moswatsi. For the Master of Education with distinction, Lynn Isaacs. For the Master of Fine Arts with distinction, Rory Emmett. For the Master of Fine Arts with distinction, Ulrike Janches. For the Bachelor of Social Work, Kitumetse Motlako. For the Bachelor of Arts, Akona Morake. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Bongani Tiwa. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Marco Dakamara. For the Bachelor of Arts Honors, Nedo Ntaba. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Babalwa Mni. For the Master of Education with distinction in the dissertation, Ernestina Anson. For the Master of Education with distinction, Paula Sana. For the Bachelor of Social Science, Ntabeleng Lesiane. For the Postgraduate Certificate in FET Teaching, Wendy Tuane. For the MA in Teaching French as a Foreign Language, Melody Chingwaru. For the Master of Arts, Megan Gilbert. For the Master of Arts with distinction in the dissertation, Atarva Korde. For the Higher Certificate in Adult and Community Education and Training, Denise Fredericks. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Senior Phase and FET Teaching, Sharon Nyerenda. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Senior Phase and FET Teaching, Sinesipo Somwala.
Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degree Master of Laws in Dispute Resolution, Kamohelo Malekasa Shai. Master of Law, Katarina Voigt. Master of Philosophy, Matthew Mtetet Lely Sked. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Siasanga Mjetrane. Master of Laws in International Trade Law with distinction, Svenja Meyer. Master of Laws, Gundo Keith Ramaru. Master of Laws with distinction in the dissertation, Linda Kuche, Charles Hadebe. There are so many there. Yes. Master of Laws in Marine and Environmental Law, Annalisa Penelau Shangeta. Master of Laws, Emma Jennifer Rinek. Master of Laws, Dipesh Gandhi. Master of Laws, Nonge Fai Kanji. Master of Laws, Bulhe Beauty Thele. Master of Laws, Oriana Iso. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Ndumiso Matthews Baliswana. Congratulations. Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law, Veronica Grace Mubangizi. Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law, Peter McHugh. Master of Laws, Vincent Odama Oniga. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Samson Fakazi Mbata. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Lizi Moshonono. Master of Philosophy, Simbarashe Knox Kaninyenye. I won't do it. Master of Laws, Fezile Abongile Niwa. Master of Laws with distinction in the dissertation, Mutinta Anel Zulu. Bachelor of Laws, Buntuyanga Mfaka. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Sikloni Pile, Precious Baby. Master of Laws, Jacobus Vota Henry Mering. Master of Laws, Taylor Nicole Pinto. Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law, Takura Takavarasha. Master of Laws, Claire Robin Kobishi. Master of Laws, Katie May Borton. Master of Laws, Shareh Hassan. Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Nova Nalondwa. Master of Philosophy, Pumla Makubalo. Master of Laws, Kauhelo Maboloko Fanyane. Master of Laws with distinction, Simon Paul Thompson. Master of Laws, Priyanka Naidu. Master of Laws, Vanessa Nokubosi Mlochwa. Master of Laws in Shipping Law, Roren Lasker. Master of Laws in Shipping Law, Kathleen Megan Moses. Master of Philosophy, Kiela Betswe Cholofetso Mablanem. Bachelor of Laws, Rebecca Jane Houston. Master of Laws, Amore Kotsier. Master of Philosophy, Dia Pile Matai. Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law, Surprise Emmanuel Ngwane. Master of Laws in Intellectual Property Law, Shad Austin Gooder. Master of Laws, Keegan Garth Lasker. Master of Laws, Josephine Mwenda.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my extreme pleasure to present to you the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Today marks the culmination of years of dedication and hard work. This occasion is not just a reflection of individual accomplishments, but a testament to the collective pursuit of knowledge through conducting groundbreaking research, fostering interdisciplinary collaborations, stimulating academic debates, and the mentoring of the next generation of scholars. As you move forward, remember that your education does not end here. It merely transforms into a new phase where you will continue to ask questions, seek answers, and make meaningful contributions in your respective fields and society at large. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled An Integrated Framework for Knowledge Transfer between the University of Zimbabwe and the agriculture industry in Zimbabwe, Nancy Kwangwa. Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Conveyor Belts of Information, the Role of Political Parties in Basic Service Delivery in Africa, Matthias Werner Kronke. Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Factors Affecting Parliament's Performance of Budgetary Oversight in Botswana, Keneilwe Pearl Marata. Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Towards a Mobile Mediated Action Learning Framework for Pre-Service Teachers, a design-based research perspective, Alpha Tapopi Muhanga Ndiunyema. Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled South Africa's Foreign Policy and the Domestic Developmental Agenda, Tawanda Tendai Lionel Sachikonye. Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Alternatives to the Economic Rationalization of Renewable Energy Transitions, the Titicama Community Renewable Wind Farm Story, Michelle Lynn Present. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled A New Body of Order, Designing Social Meaning Through Performance, Juliet Ann Jenkin. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Pandemic Racism, Describing and Delegitimizing Discursive Necropolitics on Africa in Danish Mainstream Media During COVID-19, Amalia Raven. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled An Analysis of Loanwords in Selected isiXhosa Texts, Liziwe Beauty Futuse. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Transnational Planning Systems, Local Practices and Spatial Inequalities, Housing the Working Classes in Cape Town, 1900 to 1970, Melanie Jane Atwell. Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Recognition of Prior Learning and Identity Transformation, Experiences of Social Work Graduates in the Western Cape, South Africa, Fatima Williams.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degree Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Transparent Royalties, Improving Disclosure in Collective Management of Copyright and Related Rights in Kenya and South Africa, Victor Buziza Nzomo. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Implementing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, Policies, Regulations, Laws and Institutions Required for Development, Yakubu Isidire Nagu. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled A Comparative Study of China's Direct Investment in Africa, Regulation, Policy, and Legal Cooperation, Teboho Lefifi. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Limits to Appearance Autonomy in the Workplace, an assessment of the law and recommendations for reform in South Africa, Aisha Adam. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Navigating Compliance Challenges in African Regional Integration, Raisa Nyirongo. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Protection of Traditional Cultural Expressions, Seeking International Consensus for a Multilateral Solution, Carolina Herbs. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Intellectual Property Law and Development in Namibia, Harnessing the Law on Geographical Indications in the Realization of Vision 2030, Linekela Ihuhua. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled In the Shadow of the Big House, Redefining Halfway Houses Within the Debate Over Incarceration, Andrew May. This is a second doctorate. So for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Protecting South African Companies Against Cybercrime, a critical analysis of the Director's duty of care in relation to cybersecurity and the use of artificial intelligence to protect companies' online meetings. Dr. Julian Paul Kritzinger.
What a joyous occasion. We appreciate every applause, every ululation, every appreciative smile. And we want to say congratulations to all our graduates. Graduation is the highlight of UCT's academic calendar. It is an accomplishment not only of our students, but also of the academic staff who take great care in the teaching and learning of their respective subjects, the professional and support staff who keep the university wheels turning throughout the year, and the members of the executive who oversee the management of the university. I now invite the presiding officer, our Vice-Chancellor Interim, Professor Dyer, ready to the podium to share a message of appreciation.
Thank you very much, Professor Ramugondo. So, firstly, let me add my warmest congratulations to all of our graduates. Very well done. We are extremely proud of you. I also would like to congratulate your parents and loved ones, acknowledge also what they have done to support you on your way, the sacrifices they have made to enable you to be where you are today. Let's give them all a big hand. So graduates, I want to take this opportunity to charge each of you to give in turn. You've gained a lot, to give in turn as you are able to help others to rise with you. You all know, of course, the guiding mission of UCT's Vision 2030, to unleash human potential to achieve a more fair and just society. So your education has unleashed some of that potential in you, and you are well placed to guide others as well. This is what a university education is about. We have information, lots and lots of it, but then we have knowledge, which is much more structured, and then eventually we have wisdom, and you have much of that to draw on as you go through life. Your time at UCT, in fact, is not just about facts, processes, everything that you've learned and developed to earn your degree. It's about the skills that you've developed along the way. Again, it's what a university education is about, in addressing challenges and meeting various goals in your place of work, in your lives, challenges that will go beyond, way beyond whatever your degree programs are about. But you are equipped, in fact, to meet those challenges, having learned how to think critically, to work with others, to solve problems, to stretch your creativity. You've grown not just as a student, but as a human being as well. So on behalf of UCT, I want to express the confidence that we have in you to go forward and to do your very best in your careers and your lives. We're sending you into a world that desperately needs good minds, strong leadership. We're entrusting our future to you, and we are very, very proud to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Reddy. And just as you thought we were done, there's one more important acknowledgement, and this is to offer our words of appreciation, and for this purpose, I'm requesting that Dr. Karen van Heerden please stands. Karen has for the past 22 years been a long-serving senior staff member at UCT, and for most of her time, until recently, has been a key person involved in the arrangements of our graduation ceremonies. Over a span of more than 2 decades, the impact of her contribution has been evident and in service of thousands of students, parents, staff, and many more who have had the opportunity to attend a UCT graduation event. Karen, in her time as the previous Deputy Registrar, has overseen around 300 graduation ceremonies. And if we use as an average 300 graduates per ceremony, plus parents and family members who attend the pinnacle institutional academic event that recognizes academic achievement, which is what graduations are, then close to 200,000 lives have been positively enriched through processes that Karen has touched. Tonight's ceremony is the last, bar one, that Karen will be present at, and we acknowledge her at this ceremony given that her roots are in the humanities. And it is from this platform that she has so loyally served our institution up to this point and just before her imminent retirement. We thank you, Karen, sincerely, and we wish you well in your next chapter. The best tribute we can offer you is that we will always strive to make sure that UCT graduation ceremonies will continue to be the wonderful events that they are, and which you have helped to shape over the past 2 decades. Thank you, Karen. The congregation is requested to remain standing until the procession has left the hall. Of course, that makes it implicit that we request that you stand. So we ask that you remain standing, and we ask the graduates to join the procession as it leaves the hall and to proceed to the bottom of the steps as far as University Avenue.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of Cape Town.